What's poppin' soul family, and welcome back to my channel. In today's pick a card, we are going to be channeling some messages from God herself just for you. So before we get started, if you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you are interested in the decks that we'll be using for today's pick a card, I will be showing them at the end of your reading. So be sure to check those out on my storefront if you guys are interested. The link will also be down in the description box below. And without further ado, we're going to go on ahead and jump into your pile choices now. Alrighty, you guys, so here are the four groups that you have to choose from today. We have group number 1 with the 8 of Wands, group number 2 with the 7 of Pentacles, group number 3 with the High Priestess, and group number 4 with the 7 of Swords. So go on ahead and take a moment to choose the card that you feel the most drawn to today. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to choose, you guys, and whenever you are ready, I will meet you at your reading. The timestamps for each card will be available down in the description box below for your convenience. Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 1 with the 8 of Wands, and welcome to your reading, you guys. So, what message does the Most High have for you? What does God have to say to you right now? Honestly, I've been seeing this 8 of Wands a lot, okay? So for me, that card represents drive. It represents motivation, right? And I'm getting the inkling that a lot of you guys have kind of started embarking on your manifestation journey, you know, trying to bring things that you want into fruition in your 3D reality. And some of you really are falling under this illusion that you guys are failing, because we have this 9 of Cups in the reverse. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, like, I shuffle so fast and I didn't even count these. I thought it was the 6 of Cups reverse at first, which is a symbol of like childhood trauma. But the 9 of Cups reverse is like feeling like your wish will just never be granted. Like maybe you feel like you never are going to get your way. So oftentimes you consider just giving up, you know, and not pouring your energy into the things that you want and desire anymore because you're afraid of being disappointed, right? With the 2 of Swords here, I feel like you are at a bit of a crossroads in your life and you're not sure which direction to take, okay? So I feel like God is kind of acknowledging the mental struggle that you guys are experiencing right now with this 5 of Swords, okay? God wants you to remove yourself from anybody who is causing mental conflict in your life, okay, or is not necessarily helping you resolve it. If they're constantly being negative, if they feel like they're constantly on the defense about something, or if they just want to fucking argue all the time, God is letting you know to stay away from people who you oftentimes feel like you have to defend yourself from, okay, because it's like they're siphoning your energy, they're siphoning your motivation, okay? So you might have some people around you with this 7 of Wands who make you feel like you got to be on your toes all the time. And this is just not good for you. It's not healthy for you. It's not good when it comes to you getting your manifestations, okay? This pile right here, there's an emphasis on being triggered, okay? And let me tell you something. My triggers have been coming up like crazy recently, and I do feel like this is something that is happening on a collective level. A lot of us are being triggered, okay? So I feel like with this particular pile, I am encouraging you, every time you feel triggered, okay, your body goes into flight or flight, whether it's by something that somebody says or something that somebody does. Maybe your triggers are being flaked on by your friends, you know, people not actually doing what they say they're going to do. Or maybe your triggers are in alignment with people making unnecessary ass comments, you know, like whatever it is that your triggers are, okay, I challenge you, and I think God challenges you to, instead of reacting, allow yourself to feel what it is that you feel. Maybe remove yourself from the situation if you have to, but try to figure out where that trigger comes from, okay? Because oftentimes when we're in that fight or flight state, it's hard for us to figure out like what exactly this trigger is coming from, or like where it comes from, maybe what it reminds us of, why it sends our body into fight or flight. Because doing this and taking this route will help you to not be triggered when you experience this type of situation again, right? It'll help you to change the way that you react to certain shit, you know? And me, oftentimes I am going to be the type of reader that will give you full on permission to pop off. But since I am channeling a message from the Most High, I feel like that might not be the correct solution for me to give you guys, right? Because at the end of the day, our goal is to heal. You know, you don't want to keep on getting triggered by the same shit over and over and over again. That will make you sick. No lie, you guys. Okay, so what else do we have here? Okay. I feel like this pile, you guys are extremely lovable, right? You guys are extremely lovable. We have the King of Cups coming out for you. You could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, okay? But I feel like Spirit wants me to tell you that you should never stop loving unconditionally, or God wants me to tell you that you should never stop loving unconditionally, okay? With the Three of Cups, I do admit, okay, maybe this is just my ego talking, that I feel like not everybody deserves unconditional love. But I mean, obviously, if we ask God, I think God is going to say something a little bit differently, okay? So the message that I'm being encouraged to give you is, maybe some people in your life don't have the capacity to love you unconditionally the way that you might love them. That does not mean that you should not love freely. That does not mean that you should not give love freely and unconditionally. That is a very hard message to give, because my human mind and my ego is just like, I don't know about that, God. But I think my soul knows that God is right when it comes to giving and receiving love unconditionally, because you are love, right? You have to be love. And I always tell you guys, you got to be the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Also, we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so I feel like God wants you to know you might be traveling soon, or there might be a little bit more forward movement in your life, okay? This is going to, I think, encourage some motivation in your reality. Some of you guys might be a little freaked out about this, because maybe you might have to move surprisingly, or maybe you weren't necessarily expecting to have to take a trip. But I do feel like this is all in divine alignment with the path that you are meant to take. So if you end up having to travel soon or travel unexpectedly, don't question it. Just go for it, okay? Take that time off of work and go handle your business. Go do what you have to do. I don't know exactly why you're going to be traveling, but I feel like it's going to take you by surprise. You might get invited somewhere, that sort of thing. But yeah, that's kind of the message that I have for you guys. And I did pull one message from my Universe Has Your Back deck, just to kind of sum up this reading. And the card says, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Okay, so this is why I was talking about triggers with you guys earlier. Okay, because like I said, the goal is to heal. That should be all of our end goals, is to heal, so that we don't get triggered by the same shit over and over again. Whether those triggers stem from hearing unnecessary comments, feeling like people are picking on you, okay, or people giving you criticism that you didn't necessarily ask for, or feeling like you just never get your way, right? Because you know that shit triggers me too, you guys. Or just feeling like your manifestations and your wish fulfillments are never gonna come true. But honestly, you guys, I feel like they will come true, just maybe not necessarily in all of the ways that you might expect for them to, and maybe not with the timing that you prefer. Okay, so that's the overall message that I have for you guys. I hope that I depicted that well, and I hope that that resonates for at least most of you guys. And yeah, so if you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you are interested in the decks that we used for today's tarot reading, of course, we did use the Spoopy Tarot deck, which we will be using for the rest of October because we spoopy vibes, okay? And we also used the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck, which has kind of just been sitting on my shelf for a little while, so I felt like I needed to use that deck for today's reading. So yeah, you guys, that is the overall message that I have for you guys. These decks will be available for purchase on my storefront if you guys are interested. Be sure to check that out down in the description box below, you guys. And yeah, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye. Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 2 with the 7 of Pentacles, and welcome to your reading, you guys. So what message does God herself have for you today? Okay, so I'm getting the feeling that you guys in the future, I don't know how far in the future, but I think it might take a little bit of time, are going to have to make a decision between two things, two options. I'm not exactly sure. You're gonna have to pick between two paths, okay? You guys are coming out as the Page of Wands, okay? So I feel like a lot of you guys are still young, or maybe young spirited. You do still kind of have a lot of learning to do, and I think that you're just at a point in your life where you want to have fun and enjoy yourself, and maybe just say fuck your responsibilities every once in a while, okay? So we have very strong Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy for this reading. We also have, I think, Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus, and Libra energy coming through. Sun, Moon, or Rising, okay? But we have the Hierophant here and the Devil card. Okay, so mind you, these two cards are the polar opposite. This card right here represents God consciousness, and the Devil card kind of represents whatever low vibrational bullshit that exists in the 3D that oftentimes keeps us tied down, keeps us tethered, keeps us in a vibration of fear. Okay, so I feel like you are going to have two options presented to you, okay? And one of these options is going to obviously be in alignment with the most divine path that God has laid out for you, okay? Or that is just most in alignment with your soul's mission. The other path, however, is going to lead to a lot of fear, anxiety, and stagnation. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know exactly what this is. This could be moving. This could be accepting some type of job opportunity. I don't know what this decision is, but I can tell you right now with the Haunted House, this represents embarking on some type of new journey in your life. You gotta pick which path you're gonna go down, you guys. And nobody can make that decision except for you, okay? God is encouraging you to take the time to really think about where it is that you want to be in your future, and also have patience, because notice how this is a clock, okay? Also have patience in divine timing. Whenever I get these two cards together, this is an immediate indicator of understanding divine timing. Divine, God, timing, 7 of Pentacles, clock, patience. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like you guys really do have to put your faith in divine timing, because the answers ain't always gonna show themselves to you right when you ask for them, but they will show themselves to you in divine timing, if that makes sense, okay? I know as humans, we can get super fucking impatient, especially the way you guys are coming out. This Page of Wands isn't always necessarily the most patient person, okay? But God is telling me to tell you, don't give in to temptation, okay? Because it will lead you down a path of destruction, okay? We also have the 5 of Cups right here, which points to a feeling of disappointment. Maybe you guys are feeling disappointed because you're not exactly where it is that you want to be in your life right now. Maybe you want more out of life and you're not feeling very fulfilled. Maybe you're not feeling very happy with where you are right now. God wants you to know that you are exactly where it is that you are supposed to be, where you are meant to be, where you are intended to be. So instead of worrying so much about where you want to be in the future, you are being encouraged right now to enjoy living in the present moment, because you can never get this moment in time back, Okay, that's a very important message when it comes to divine timing. Understanding that the present is also important as well. Okay, we also have the justice card here. Okay, I feel like God is saying, like, I trust that you're going to make the right decision. I trust that you are going to do right by yourself. And I also feel like this is God's way of saying, like, I'm going to watch over you and I'm going to do my best to steer you clear of anything that is not in alignment with your highest good or like what is best for you. Okay. And with the magician card, understand that we as human beings are little fragments of God's consciousness. We all have our own individuality. We are all our own people. But I don't know if you guys heard the saying that we are one, and this is the one card. We are all small parts of a huge collective consciousness, which means there is a little bit of God in each of us, okay? Which gives us a certain control, a certain reign over our own reality. Okay, God is saying, like, I'm listening to you and I'm hearing what it is that you are saying, and you can also help in the process of manifesting your dream life or manifesting that life that you want to see for yourself in the future, if that makes sense. Your spirit card, your universe has your back card, says, I am a spirit having a human experience and I am here to get closer to love. Okay, so understand love being God consciousness. Okay, that is what we were all sent here to do. Love is the highest vibration that you could exist in, okay? And it is the only thing that exists in every single plane of reality that will follow you across lifetimes. It's literally why we have soulmates, okay? That unconditional love bond is so strong, it's literally unbreakable because it's unconditional. Whereas oftentimes people think that the opposite of love is hate, but vibrationally it's actually fear. That is the one thing that will really hold you back from attaining the life of your dreams, and living the life that you want. Okay, the fear itself, or maybe even the fear of disappointment, that is everything that the devil represents. Okay, not letting go of an addiction because you're scared of what your body will go through without the drugs, right? Or without the alcohol, right? Or not letting go of a toxic relationship because you feel like you don't know anything else or anyone else, because you only want that person. You're set on that person. So you stay in that toxic cycle, in that toxic relationship, because that's what you know. That's what you're comfortable with, right? You stay out of fear. That is not love. That is not unconditional love, right? Unconditional love is okay with letting go every once in a while. Unconditional love does not represent attachment, okay? This is the primary difference between the Hierophant and the Devil card. They are polar opposites, okay? This represents living a life of unconditional love. This represents living a life of fear and attachment, okay? And toxicity, all right? So overall, I feel like God's message for you today is to understand that you are being given a choice, or you will be given a choice in the future, to choose the path that is more high vibrational and better for you and more in alignment with your highest good, or to choose the path that is literally the complete fucking opposite, right? Now, I do feel like I need to let you guys know, I need to brief you guys real quick in understanding that if you choose the path that is more obviously godly, you might go through a slight period of disappointment. Now, hear me out, because you might wonder what you missed out on by not choosing the path of temptation, okay? But at the end of the day, this is the path that's going to benefit you in the long run. This is the path that is going to be healthiest for your mind, body, and soul. This 5 of Cups here is giving me like FOMO, fear of missing out, like wondering what would happen if you did give into temptation. Would you be having more fun? Would you be enjoying your life a little bit more? Would you be shaking shit up a little bit? And honestly, I feel like you want to choose the path that's going to give you the most peace. Choosing the devil that motherfucker is not going to give you any type of peace. So you're not missing out on nothing. You know, this might have its fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is giving the energy of, you know, sneaking out the house when you're a teenager and drinking and just doing a bunch of shit that you ain't had no business doing. Yeah, you might have some fun and you might make some memories, but you still have to acknowledge the fact that you are going down the dark path. Okay? Yeah. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. And I think that the last message that I want to close off with is understanding that God wants you to know that you also have a hand in creating your own reality, because we all are God. We are all individual fractals of God's consciousness. I hope that makes sense, okay? Our birth charts are what kind of break down fundamentally exactly what fragment of God you are representing, or like you get what I'm saying. Like, this shit runs so deep, you guys, but that's the overall message that I have for you guys. I can't get into all of that in today's reading, but maybe I will start like an astrology segment on my channel so we could talk about that a little bit more, you guys. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys. If you're interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. If you are interested in the tarot decks that we use for today's tarot reading, we did use the Spoopy tarot deck as well as the Universe Has Your Back oracle deck for this card right here. All right, you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna actually let you guys screenshot this real quick. Pause the video if you need to screenshot that. And that is all I have for you guys today. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye! Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 3 with the High Priestess, and welcome to your reading, you guys. So, what message does God have for you guys? Okay, so this is my pile. You guys are definitely the most spiritually gifted out of all 4 piles. Okay, that's kind of what I get for you guys, because you guys came out as the High Priestess. And something that I am hearing is that you were meant to be a leader of some sort. Okay, and that being a leader is something that is going to bring a lot of abundance into your life, because we also have the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So real quick, I do want to mention the zodiac signs before I forget. We do have very strong Cancer energy, Pisces, Scorpio. We also have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The thing about this pile is I'm noticing that there is really no fire energy, okay? So that could mean that there might not be necessarily a lot of rocket fuel behind you guys, or maybe you guys are the type of people that you don't really have a lot of fire in your chart. That might not apply for all of you guys, but I am getting the vibe that there's like a lack of fire here, which oftentimes means that there might not necessarily always be that little spark that you need in order to feel inspiration, or maybe it'll take you a little bit longer to take action when it comes to going towards your dreams and desires, right? So we have the 8 of Pentacles here. So you guys, I'm getting the vibe that you guys are just naturally creative as fuck. Okay, like you have some type of God-given spiritual ability that God is telling you that you could be heavily rewarded for. But this is the one pile that I gotta tell you guys, y'all suffer from imposter syndrome, okay? To the point where you almost feel like you can use your spiritual gifts without getting anything in return, okay? And that's good, you know. That's like obviously like you have some type of unconditional love for what it is that you do, or you have a natural affinity towards whatever your gifts are, whether it be reading people, whether it be astrology, whether it be in your field of work, whatever. But with the Ace of Pentacles reverse, I feel like you're not getting enough credit where credit is due, okay? And that's something that God wants you to understand before an inflow of abundance starts pouring into your life, okay? Because I'm hearing that you have like some type of new opportunity coming your way, but because you have imposter syndrome, you guys might be liable to turn this opportunity down, or not necessarily want to capitalize off of your gifts because you feel like you're not good enough to, or you like there's something like that. Like, I'm getting, you guys are extremely humble, okay? for this pile. I feel like you guys are extremely humble, and so many people look up to you guys, okay? Just naturally. Some of them do it subconsciously. They don't even know that they're doing it subconsciously. But with the Four of Cups Four of Cups upright, I'm feeling like God wants you to know, like, you got to be careful with turning down some of these opportunities, because you're really being given the chance to do your big one, okay? To like really fucking slay the day, okay? So we also have the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I think it's time for you to speak your piece. I don't know what this is about. This could be like maybe you being a financial advisor, okay? Maybe teaching others how to welcome more abundance into their life, or just speaking your piece very, very bluntly and like openly. People can trust you to tell the truth, okay? And I'm seeing that there are younger people, more sensitive, more tender-hearted people who look up to you in one way or another. This can be literal children, teenagers, adolescents, young adults, but I'm getting that some young people look up to you. This can be like your family members, whatever the case may be, but I'm seeing that many people look up to you because of just what it is that you know and just who you are. And some of you guys might feel like, well, you know, being a leader is a big responsibility and it's not really something that I want to do. But for the most of you who chose this pile, this is like your life purpose. This is what you are supposed to be doing. And you know that message is for you because it just feels right. Okay? If being a leader doesn't feel right to you, it's like you want to lead, but you're too humble to like capitalize off of this shit, whether it's like monetarily or just getting the credit. It's like God is saying, like, it's wonderful that you are so humble, like I am so happy that I made you humble and everything like that, but it's time for you to start giving yourself more credit for what it is that you do, okay? Because not everybody can do what it is that you do. You guys are incredibly gifted, and it's time for you guys to start being happy, okay? It's like a lot of you guys are just living in the matrix casually when you have such a big gift. Like, you have so much that you could actually do with your life, okay? It's gonna be different for all of you guys because I'm literally reading an entire fucking collective. But people need to hear what the fuck you have to say, because you have something of value to say. You are incredibly talented or creative in some aspect, okay? You were meant to live life your way, if that makes sense, and make money your way, you know? Like, you have all this talent. What the hell are you doing working at Macy's? Like, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this reading. And honestly, like, I'm kind of stumbling over my words a little bit because I feel like I'm talking to myself too with this reading. But I feel like it's really important that you guys spend more time doing what it is that you love, because God is saying that it's time for you to step up to the plate and start giving yourself more credit and start receiving more credit for the gifts that you have, okay? Not just in terms of like money, but like I feel like you guys are so generous. Like, you might even turn down money. Like, somebody might try to give you $100 tip and you might be like, no, that's fine. Take the fucking tip, okay? Take the tip because you deserve it, okay? It's literally a gift from God, and you guys are like over here like pushing it away, like, no, it's fine, I don't need this, like, this is just something that I do. But God is saying, like, please accept the gifts that I am giving you. Please accept the gifts, because like you're using your spiritual gifts, but you're not like getting the credit for them. You're not accepting the credit for them because you have some type of imposter syndrome. Maybe growing up, a lot of the adults that you were surrounded by, maybe they projected onto you. They told you who you were supposed to be and what you were supposed to do. And I feel like this led to a lot of imposter syndrome. And now it's time for you to kind of unlearn that shit and start accepting the credit that you deserve, okay? So that is the overall message that I have for you from the Most High. Let me know down in the comments below how this reading resonated for you guys. If you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. And oh my God, I almost forgot. We have one last card. I hope y'all are still here because I forgot to include this. We have one last card. It says, happiness is my birthright. Okay, this card came from the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck, and we also use the Spoopy Tarot deck as well, which we will be using for the rest of October. Be sure to check that out if that is something you guys are interested in. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye! Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 4 with the 7 of Swords reverse, and welcome to your reading. Okay, you guys, so a message from the Most High. What does God herself have to say to you right now? Okay, so I'm just going to be straight with y'all. I'm going to be straight to the point. Somebody in your life is going to get exposed. Okay, whether this is like something that you discover or somehow, some way their business is just going to get put out there, but somebody who has not been fully authentic. We have the 7 of Swords reverse and the Knight card, which is also the Moon card, in the reverse. Somebody's business is about to get put out there in your life, in your reality. Somebody who wasn't fully honest with you because they were getting some type of benefit or something from maybe having you around or something along those lines is going to get exposed. For some of you guys, I feel like you might have already experienced this. You know exactly who it is. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Or maybe you feel like you have an idea of who this person might be. But somebody around you who is not being authentic is going to end up being exposed. And I feel like their shit is going to blow up. Okay, it might start a lot of fights. It might start a lot of arguments. I really don't want to put this energy out there. But like maybe 2% of y'all might end up actually fighting this person. Yeah, you guys, I'm seeing illumination. Okay, so the Knight card symbolizes the Moon card, and then we have the full Moon card, which actually symbolizes the Sun card. I don't know what the creator of this deck was doing because this shit is really confusing, but just to put it in simple terms, we have night and day, basically the moon and the sun, right? So I'm seeing like somebody who in your life or in your reality who might have been taking advantage of you, or might not have had the purest intentions for you, is going to end up getting exposed. Okay, and I get the feeling that you guys are gonna have to act accordingly. Okay, with the full Moon card and the Star card here, like I definitely see things just naturally working out in your favor. I don't really think that there's anything that you have to do, unless obviously your intuition is calling you to do some shit like expose this person yourself. Then I would encourage you to do that only if you have all of the facts that you need to present to the court. Okay, because you know a lot of people, they see things as, you know, innocent until proven guilty. But if you can prove that somebody is guilty and they're taking advantage of other people, including you, like definitely call them out so they don't have to hurt anybody else. But I am seeing somebody in your reality is finna get caught up. Now for some of y'all, I'm hearing ex-husband, I'm hearing ex-boyfriend. Some of y'all were dealing with a narcissist or just a toxic person, an abuser. Some of y'all, this could be a boss that maybe was adjusting your time and was getting more work out of you for free. So something like that. Okay, I'm getting somebody has some not so pure intentions here when it comes to you and how they treated you and how they handled the situation with you. We have the King of Wands here. This person could have been an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have Leo energy, we have Aquarius energy, we have Pisces energy as well. Sun, Moon, and Rising, you are them. Okay, but somebody here, look at the King of Wands. Notice how he has the devil horns and the pitchfork. This could have been your boss or something that you know, came across as like a really good leader, but ended up fucking everybody over at the end of the day, or ended up at least fucking you over, right? We also have the 8 of Swords. This person wanted to keep you and maybe even others as well boxed in a cage, right? With the 10 of Wands, I feel like there might have been so much pressure put on you, so much that you might have had to handle on your own. That's why I feel like this could very well be like a situation with like a boss or something like that. Somebody who had some type of reign or some type of like domineering energy over you, somebody who was comfortable telling you what to do and just basically just making life harder for you unnecessarily, for their own benefit, right? I'm feeling like the universe, God wants you to know, I seen what this person was doing. I saw what they did to you and I don't like it. And trust and believe, I am going to handle it. All you have to do is tell the truth, right? God is telling me to tell you, don't try to get your get back. Okay, God is going to handle this situation. Don't try to get your lick back, like Razor from Batty said. Okay, don't try to get your lick back in this situation. God is going to get it back for you. Don't try to them over back, okay? Because then that's going to put negative karma on your tail, and you're not even the type of person to move the way that this person moves. So just let them get exposed, okay? Karma is just naturally going to tear this person up completely, and you just need to let it happen, okay? Because you're not bad people, you're not shitty people, okay? God is really encouraging you right now, just tell the truth, okay? No matter what happens, just tell the truth. Live in your authentic truth. Don't try to be dishonest back, okay? That's going to just cause unnecessary karma and is going to get you sucked up into this person's karma, which you don't want, okay? For your universe has your back card, we got there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth, okay? So God wants you to know that you're going to come out looking good in this situation just by telling the truth, being honest with yourself and others, okay? And letting this person who was being dishonest, who was being shady, who was being manipulative, who was trying to hide things and keep things in the dark and keep other people in the dark and like force them to carry all this unnecessary weight and baggage, like whatever it is, they're gonna get exposed for this, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is their authentic truth. This is really how they was living. Do you know how embarrassing this is to live like this? Do you know how embarrassing it is to low-key be like this and then get exposed for it? That shit is embarrassing as fuck. I don't even know what the fuck that shit looks like or fucking feels like. Well, I know what it looks like, but I don't know what it's like to really be in those shoes, because I've been nothing but authentic. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say my whole entire life, because, you know, I've had imposter syndrome, and oftentimes, you know, I've tried to be somebody that I wasn't, especially in high school, especially the younger version of myself. But this motherfucker is giving somebody who's like maybe in their 30s or 40s and is still living life inauthentically at the cost of everybody else. Right? God wants you to know that whoever this is, this could even be multiple people. This could be a fucking corporation. They're going to get exposed. Okay? And there's nothing that you have to do in order for this to happen. Okay? So that is the overall message for all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 4. Okay? Don't stop living in your authentic truth. The best thing that you can do right now is be honest. Okay? Be honest with yourself and heal from whatever the fuck trauma or bullshit this person put in your life, okay? Because it's all gonna come to fruition soon enough. Like, it's all gonna come to the table and the surface, and the people who need to see it, they gonna see it, okay? So that's what I have for all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 4. Let me know down in the comments how this reading resonates for you guys. If you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below, you guys. And if you're interested in the decks that we use for today's tarot reading, we did use the Spoopy Tarot deck, which we will be using for the rest of October, and we also used the Universe Has Your Back oracle deck because I just felt like it was appropriate for today's tarot reading. So yeah, you guys, that's what I have for you guys. Let me know down in the comments how this resonates for you. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.